If you want to see me create my first look, my first impressions look with the Elizabeth Arden Holiday 2019 set, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, and yeah, this is going to be a first impressions video, which is why I have so little on my face. And here is the overall set that fits in this nice little purse. And I'm not going to go through all of the products here today. I have done a video on it. I will link it right here if you want to do a walkthrough. I think a total of 17 items. Yeah, there was a lot. And now I just want to do a look with the products that came in this set. And for the purpose of this, I will be using the brushes that came with the set. So I have a blush brush, an angled brush, and a shader brush that I needed to give a little haircut to. But hopefully they will work well, and I will definitely supplement with my own brushes as needed, because sometimes we need a little extra help, right? So I have 3 palettes available for me to use today, and I was thinking of doing a daytime look. It does have a highlighter, so I'll be using that today. And there are 2 palettes. This is the evening palette, and this one is the daytime palette, and I think this is the one I'm going to use today. So they each have a blush and 8 eyeshadows, which I think last year there were 8 or 9 eyeshadows in the palette, so they're comparable, and in this case this year a highlighter, 2 blushes, and last year there were highlighter and 2 blushes as well. I think that I'm just going to stick with this palette and then the highlighter at the end. And I'm going to be using a couple of the pencils here. There's a lip pencil and an eyeliner pencil. The one thing I will not be using, as I mentioned in the unboxing video, is the Grand Entrance mascara, because I have issues with it. So I will not use it and pass it along, so I'm going to be using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Not an endorsement, it's just the mascara I'm working on. What else do I need to say? I should tell you what I have on my face right now. I did my eyebrows with the Sephora Brow Wax, and I used the Benefit Precisely My Brow in number 3, and that's it for that. What else do I have? I have put on some NYX concealer under my eye. I used whatever I have of the brand. So I used this Flawless finishing powder as kind of as my foundation today. So this is what it looks like. And if you're curious what color I use, is light 02. And I do like the Elizabeth Arden packaging, the regular packaging. It is quite luxe. And as we know, the holiday sets, it's not the same, right? It's plastic, although the product inside here, the powder is made in Italy and assembled. This compact is assembled in the People's Republic of China, but it is, they're Italian shadows. I think that's important to know. As I create this look, I think I'm going to put, the first thing I'm going to do is use the black pencil liner to give me some color on my eye by putting it in the upper waterline, and we'll see how it does. It was pretty creamy. I have a swatch of it and the lip liner right there. Oh, and if you're curious about what's on my lips, I have one of the full-size bullet lipsticks from last year in Smoky Plum. So I will swap it out for another one of this year's lipsticks later on. But like I said, I was trying to wear as much Elizabeth Arden as I have. So let's do the upper waterline so that my eyes have some shape to them. And we'll see how much it transfers to the lower lash line. Or, sorry, lower waterline, I should say. Yeah. I'm always worried that I'm gonna hide my face with, that I'm going to hide my face with the mirror. Something else that I used the NYX eyeshadow base on my upper lid, and I set it with the same powder as I used for my face. And I did not mention that I also have the Tarte Park Avenue Princess palette, contour palette on my face. I used the Princess Cut as contour. And I think that's all that I have on my face that I needed to mention to you. So from now on, everything is going to be Elizabeth Arden. Except for the mascara, but we talked about that already. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Yeah, there's quite a bit of transfer down on the lower lash waterline. We'll keep wanting to say lash line, but that is, except for Perversion from Urban Decay, I find they all do that. So, all right. So at least my eyes have a little color now, and I have something right there. Okay. So we're going to go right into this palette with, I'm going to use this brush as, it's the fluffiest one of the two. I'm going to use this brush for applying the majority of the eyeshadow. I think I'm going to go, there are not that many mattes. Now I haven't swatched anything because most folks, regular folks, non-YouTuber folks, don't really swatch. So I want to use it based on just what I see in the pan. And I'm going to go in with this taupe color and put it in my crease and outer V. So there we go. Tapping, oh yeah, powdery, but it's a matte. So let's go in here. So I will have a separate video swatching all of these, but I want to do a true first impressions, knowing nothing about these eyeshadows, or these brushes for that matter. Okay, I'm gonna build that up a little bit. Not looking to do anything super fancy. Just want to see how these guys perform. And of course I'll be using them over the coming weeks so I can really have a full impression later on. I use this brush all the time for cleanup, and I'm just going to lighten up. Right here I went a little bit ham. Okay, so that's looking all right so far. I'm just going to deepen it up a little bit. And if you have a brow arch like mine, I like to fill in right on the inside here, because I'm one of those folks who has kind of a weird discoloration here, and just by putting shadow on, it just takes the attention away from it. Okay, I'm liking this kind of a taupey color. That looks pretty good. And done a lot of purple lately, so I want to do something else. So I'm going to go in with this color, and this color is called Bourbon, and this one that I had just used is called Chocolate. I wouldn't have called it chocolate, but you know, kids, I could see that. But anyway, we're going to go into Bourbon, and I'm going to use the shader brush and go right into Bourbon. I said in the last video, the other video, that it's like a concealer brush, and it really does. There's no concealer in the set. Yeah, this does not act like a shadow brush. So I'm going to park it. And I'm going to try to keep using this one. Yeah, that did not go over well. Not with me anyway. Okay, I think I want to add, I'm going to keep using this brush. I'm going to go back into Chocolate without wiping it off, and just go on the lower lash line here. Okay, I like that. There's some fallout right now, but it's not too bad. Nothing that I can't brush off, and I'll just see if it just brushes off easily. Oh yeah, yeah, no big deal. Okay, so I'm going to go back into that, it's not bronze, bourbon color. The names and the shades are not really matching up in my opinion. And yes, I am putting shimmer in the crease. Don't come for me, don't come for me, we can do what we want. Okay, I think that looks all right. And I do want to do a little bit more of a shimmer on the inner lid. And I'm debating. I think I'm going to keep it cool. So I'm going to go in with this one, which is Bronze Luster. And I'm going to go in with my trusty detail brush from Smashbox. And just to do the inner, the very, very innermost of the lid. And I'm probably going to finish up with a finger. So this is, it's called the Daytime Palette, or it is a daytime palette, and I think that so far, this is definitely daytime appropriate, no question. Okay, and I'm going to finish up with the finger, as I mentioned. Just picking up pretty much whatever got kicked up. That's pretty. I'll go in with just a little bit more. It's subtle, but it's pretty. Okay, I like it. I'm just going to clean up the line here a little bit. And I think I'm going to use this one right here on my brow bone. And if it's not bam enough, we'll see what the highlighter is like, and I might go over it with the highlighter. And I will be using a new brush for that. We're going to go in with this Sephora shadow brush, kind of a fluffier brush, which should be good for the brow bone. Okay, really subtle, but I don't mind it. I think this looks very nice, very daytime appropriate, no big deal. And I don't have a black here. I was just right away looking to see a black or really, really deep brown. The only deep color really is kind of this purple. And was looking for something to really deepen up the outer V, but that's okay. This looks fine, and I did not say I was doing an evening look. It is a daytime look, and this is perfectly fine. So I'm going to recreate what I did here on the other eye, see you in a minute, and then we'll get into the rest of the makeup. Okay, I am happy with this look. I just want to go back in now with this smoky black, I think it's called smoky black pencil, and do my upper lash line so that I have eyeliner on the upper lid that is not just on my waterline. So let's do that right now. And it's very creamy, very smooth. It doesn't feel like it's tugging at my eye at all. And I'm pretty sure this is the one that was included in last year's set. Just going along my lash line. Nothing fancy. And if you don't like the precision of the pencil as is, it feels creamy enough that you could use a brush. You take the brush onto the pencil and then transfer it to your eyelid, I should say, not to your eye. Okay, I think that looks pretty good, so let's do the other side. Okay, I'm happy with that. And I don't feel the need to put any on the lower lash line or waterline because there was enough transfer. It's already there. Okay, so we are going to take this lipstick off. Let me see what else I have left. Yeah, let's put this lipstick on. Let's take this lipstick off so that I can use one of the new shades. And I am hoping to find a shade that matches this lip liner so that we can have a look that uses both. And there's a pink in here. Nude. I bet you nude is the one that goes with nude. So the liner is called Naked Nymph, and this, oh yeah, so here is 43 Nude. I would say those go together. So let me get this lip color off and we will apply these guys. Now I'm going to powder my lips here for reapplication, but I wanted to show you the lasting power of this other lipstick. And as I said, this is from the set from last year called 37 Smoky Plum. So if you're wondering if the lipsticks have staying power, they sure do. I'm just going to powder my lips so that there's kind of a new base for the other lipstick. Now, it's not something that I would normally do when it's just me, but I wanted to just not have any kind of residue from the other lipstick interfering with the application. So I figure if it's the same powder I used on my face, it should be okay. And I'm going to use the highlighter compact mirror to do this application because it's smaller, although I really like the size of the eyeshadow palettes for holding in your hand. Very doable, and it feels quite secure, and it feels a lot more ergonomically pleasing compared to the long and thin palettes in last year's kit. Okay, so we are going in with this one. The only use I've done so far with this one is swatching it, and as I mentioned, it is a full size. I'm out of order a little bit. We're going to line the lips first. Geez. All right. I don't often use a lip liner, which is why I forgot it. I find some of them can be really stiff, but this one's pretty creamy. I'm going a little bit bigger than usual, but I just want the other color to be completely covered up. And I thought if I used makeup remover, the oils in the makeup remover might mess up how the lipstick applies. I don't think it's typical in the everyday to use makeup remover sometime during the day to change the lipstick, so. So if you're like me, to me this is more likely what I would do is wipe off the other lipstick and try to apply a different one. Okay, so this is creamy enough. I could have completely filled in my lip with it, and I did about 2/3 actually, but I think that's a good sign. Okay, so we're going in with the actual lipstick now. Does it have, it doesn't say anything other than nude. So I don't know if it's a specific type of lipstick or if Elizabeth Arden has just one type. It feels very much like last year's formula. Really comfortable. I did over dry, I would not normally do that, but like I said, I didn't want any of the plum color to come through. And I like it. I think I would have picked a deeper color for the eye look that I have, or less pinky. Well, no, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I probably just wanted to use that holiday red. But I'm good with it. I don't think it looks too weird. So let's go into blush and highlighter. And for blush, I think I should use the blush that was part of the palette, the daytime palette that I used earlier. And we have this beautiful blush brush to use from the set. So we're going to go right into this guy. And I'm going to apply the blush as I normally would. Now it is a very narrow pan, so I'm having to go both sides into the pan. And let's see how it applies. Okay, that was a whole lot of nothing. There might be an overspray on it. Okay, I really went into it with the blush brush. I'm not seeing anything yet. I'm really going in here. Are you seeing anything? I'm not seeing anything. Okay, that's my last try. I don't see a difference between the two sides, so I'm going to keep going in there. Like, I'm going in here as aggressively as I possibly can. I'm not seeing much blusher. I'm going to go in one more time on each side. I have never been this aggressive with a blush before. Okay, I'm seeing a little bit, but I'm not seeing a whole lot. So what I'm tempted to do is to abandon. So you're going to see some wear here. Hope you can see it. Let's see if the camera picks it up here. I really went into this blush and it's going nowhere. So let me go into this one and see if I have any more luck. So this one is kind of a peachy blush. The other one's a bit more rosy, I guess. This one's called Sunburst, and this other one was called Romantic Rose. All right, and this one has that peach sparkle, makes me think of Milani's Luminoso or NARS Orgasm. So let's go into this one. Okay, this one I can actually see on the blush brush. So let's try. And it has a natural kind of highlighter effect in it. And I can actually see it. I see the blush on this side. Still went in pretty good, but I'm at least seeing something. Okay, well, this one is not as bad. Either that or it's just layering over and over and over again that shows up. But it showed up a lot more on my blush brush than the other one. I'm wondering if it's the brush. Let me just see if I can grab another one. My usual trusty Smashbox blush brush and see if it makes a difference. I'm going to go back to the tough one and see if it picks up product better. Nope. If you are a lover of blush, these might not do it for you. I'm just going to say. Okay, well that's information. Now let's go into the highlighter. And I'm probably going to, after this video, I'm probably going to take a piece of tape and just try to put it on the blush and lift it off just to see if there's a coating of some sort that prevents us from getting to the blush and getting any sort of intensity. But for now, we're going to move on to highlighter, and I'm going to use my favorite highlighting brush, by the way. This is the Sephora Pro Featherweight Blending. Love it. I use a fan brush sometimes, but when I'm trying out a highlighter for the first time, I like to go light in. Because some of them are just blinding. So I've loaded the brush a little bit, and let's go right in. Okay, that picked up, so I'm really seeing the shine there. Good. Other side. I'm always more awkward on this side when I'm putting highlighter on. I don't know why. My strokes are just not even. Okay, and a little bit on the bridge of my nose. Just with the very, very tip of the brush. And I'm going to ignore the Cupid's bow because I don't want to get creamy lipstick or lip liner on my brush. Yeah, I don't mind this highlighter. It's showing up, first off, but it's nice. It's not blinding, but it's definitely there, and I'm okay with it. Okay, I'm going to put on some mascara and be right back to give you my final thoughts on this first impressions. Okay, I am back. This is the final look. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. It was a much better experience as a first impressions with this year's palettes compared to last year's palettes. The eye look last year, the few eye looks I did with the Elizabeth Arden set were not as good. And same person, same kind of application, and I tried using them. I think I used them a total of 3 times last year, and just they did not. It didn't work all that great. I was happy one video I said I need to push these and get some sort of a look, and I was pleased with what I was able to achieve, but not like despite the eyeshadows, if that makes sense. And this is a very good first go at the eyeshadows, so I don't know if they got a bunch of feedback last year or not. The face palette was great. The eyeshadows I did not think were very good. I am definitely not going to say that they get a passing grade for me right now. I'm just saying that the first one went okay. I think this is okay. I would not have a problem going out for a work day with what I have on. I think it worked well, and there's nothing that I had to redo or fix. So to me, that's not a bad start. And I'll say it shows potential. And so I will definitely be using these 3 palettes and trying to figure out the mystery of these blushes. Like the first one, especially the Romantic Rose. What the heck? And I think Romantic Rose was in the set last year too. Anyway, yeah, and like I said, this is not the mascara in the kit. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to pass it on to someone who can use it without hurting themselves. maybe I lack skill, I don't know. Yeah, that is it from me. Let me know what you think of the look. Let me know what you think of the product so far. Do you have the set? If you do, what do you think of it? Or are you thinking of getting it? Please let me know. I would let us know, the collective. That's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it very much. I appreciate it every time. And I do look forward to seeing you in the next one. But for now, take care.